It's a pleasure to be with the winners of the Human Resource Management Organizational Behaviour category at the Case Centre Awards and Competitions 2022. Our authors today are Jitesh Nair and Balaswamy Pasala from ICFE Business School. And their case is Microsoft building a collaborative work culture to foster innovation. This is a first award for Jitesh and Balaswamy, but the fifth in this particular category for ICFE Business School. Congratulations to you both. The case explores the impact of fostering a working culture that values and emphasizes interactions between staff at all levels rather than taking the traditional transactional approach. I'm looking forward to learning more as we go behind the scenes with Jitesh and Balaswamy. And I'll ask you, first of all, please, if you could set the scene by telling us a little bit about what is the case about and who is the protagonist.
So the case is set in the period of 2014-15. That's when Satya Nadella had taken over from Steve Ballmer. So the situation at that time was that prior to that, for the last decade, 2000-2010, there was an issue with the sales of Microsoft products across the globe. Though they were doing very well in the 90s, by 2000, 2002, there was a gradual drop in new product innovation as well as sales of products across the globe. So the question that came into picture was what is the crux of the problem? So when Steve Ballmer asked his HR head, Lisa, so she kind of went through a employee feedback survey, and one of the key points that came up was there was an issue in terms of employee motivation and engagement. So, and further to that, then he went on to bring about some changes. And the first thing what they did was create a tool called Connect, which would gather the information across the organization in terms of what were the primary issues employees had across departments or business units, and then look at some solutions. So they were not clear on how would they go about it. So to begin with, it was a people related issue, but whether that was something to do with the culture or not was not very clear. But the survey kind of brought out one significant point that employees were unhappy, and one of the reasons was the performance management system, which was currently followed by Microsoft since inception. So that was the stack ranking system. So as you know, the stack ranking system is it forcibly, if I use the word, buckets employees into high performers, medium performers, and some of them have to be placed under poor performance. So this kind of created a friction in the teams or departments where individuals or employees were primarily interested in working out on things which would improve their standing in terms of performance. It was more an individualistic approach. So there was no focus on collaboration or product development or growth of the organization. So the system per se was the issue. That's when the team, the top management of Microsoft started getting into details, and they decided that they will move away from the traditional stack ranking system and go for a performance enablement approach, or the performance and development system, P&D as they call it. So that was the setting.
Fascinating. And what stimulated you to write the case? Were you looking for a scenario like this, or was there a gap in your curriculum that you wanted to fill?
Yes, point two, if I say, we had our internal IBS CRC discussions in terms of looking at cases for the strategic HRM and OB curriculum. So, couple of areas where innovation and collaboration and the human element, is there a relationship here and how does it work? So, during that time, coincidentally, I came upon one of the articles. Microsoft's last decade. Very good. So it was a very fascinating piece.
The author said that Microsoft crippled its competitors. Rather than crippling its competitors, Microsoft crippled its employees because of its way of dealing with employees. So in that scenario, we got that idea, and around this idea, we have built this case.
So that was a trigger. So we decided, okay, now crippled its employees is a very strong term. So we said, okay, let's get into details of this case. And once we spend some time collecting information and looking at various videos available, so we found that yes, there is a significant, issue here, and it will be very interesting to take this up.
It's a very thrilling and it's an encouraging moment for me. It definitely will have positive impact in my case writing going forward. Definitely, there are. I never received so many LinkedIn proposals to have connections with them, but now I am getting many. So it's a really thrilling experience, and have satisfaction that there are many people that they are using it. So I'm very happy about it.
Have you had any feedback on what level the case is being taught at? Does it play well with the executive education or with MBA groups, or is it generally applicable across the board?
Many people are using in the universities to teach the students at the PG level. And there are some corporate, many companies are also using this case.
We found that when we checked out with our executive program director, so he was willing to take it up at the strategic HRM level. So they said that key personnel from the HR department or L&D departments, they will find this useful case to take up in their corporate training programs for senior managers.
Well, it's certainly been a very popular case, a very effective one, and one that covers an area that I think is of great interest to many people. So congratulations again on your award, and I look forward to having this conversation in other occasions. Congratulations, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice. It's again, we like to thank everybody who have used this case and this platform as an opportunity to look forward to present few more cases, again with the human transaction element in place. And thank you for the opportunity once again.